Welcome to the dark and dangerous world of the Shadow Deep, a vast realm permanently covered in black clouds where evil plots and breeds. Over the passing centuries, the Shadow Deep has slowly expanded by collapsing the kingdoms on its borders and soaring them beneath its rolling clouds. Now, a new kingdom stands upon the brink of that sea of darkness. The king knows it is only a matter of time before his land is also consumed. He has sent out a call to every realm, a summoning of heroes to come and stand against the darkness. Help, however, is far away if it ever comes. For now, the defense of the kingdom falls upon the Rangers, a band of highly skilled warriors trained to operate independently in small groups, track down and fight against the creatures of darkness. It is their duty to descend into the Shallow Deep, to gather information, rescue prisoners, launch raids, and fight a delaying action against their foes. Theirs is a war that cannot be won, and every small victory is another day for the people of the kingdom, another day of life and hope. If the enemy can be kept at bay long enough, who knows what miracles might occur. Come and enjoy my discovery of the Shadow Deep. Welcome to Aaron Plays. This will be the first episode of Rangers of Shadow Deep, where myself and my daughter, Rebecca, will be, well, first off, making characters to delve into the Shadow Deep. Hi, Rebecca.
Hello.
Okay, well, we're on camera now. Well, we're not on camera, we're on voice, not camera. So we're going to create a character, a ranger each, and also their companions to delve into the Shadow Deep. Okay, so the first thing we've done is created the Bayer character sheet. My character is going to be called Alric, and yours is?
Ninla.
Okay, so going through the rules for creating a character in here. There's various ways of doing it, but the first thing we start with is the character sheet. So I'm going to bring up mine, and I'm going to bring yours onto the display as well. So that's Ninla. I don't think I can only show one at a time. Okay. All right, well, I'll show through my character, then we'll go through your character. Okay. So can you see your character sheet there?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got the name.
Yep.
And then there's three little buttons. We're creating the ranger.
Yep.
Okay. So under level, put 0. We all start at level 0 with 0 experience points. Now the recruitment points, that's how many points we can use to raise companions. Okay, and that is dependent on the number of players. So number of players is 2 of us. It says basic resort points times 0.5 minus 10. Okay, so the basic resort points is 120. Half of that is 60. Take away 10 is 50. So if you want to put a recruitment points, 50. Okay. And when we come to recruiting our companions, as there's 2 of us playing, we can have a maximum of 3 each. Okay. Right. So when it comes to building the ranger, to make them more specific to our style of play, we get 10 build points. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Now, you notice in the stats line, the basic stats for the ranger is move 6, fight 2, shoot 1, Armor, well, it's got armor base, put in 10. Will is 4. And health base is 18. So that's, as a starting characters, that's what we both start with. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We use our build points to then start changing it from those numbers.
Yep.
Okay. So what do those mean? Well, move is how many, if we were playing this as a miniatures game, that would be every inch that they could move. Where in our game, because we're using hexes and this Roll20 tabletop, that's how many hexes they can move. Okay.
Yep.
Fight, that's your modifier. When it comes to fighting, you roll a d20 and you
Yep.
add that to the roll.
Yep.
Okay. Same with shoot. Again, that's rolling a d20 and adding that number to the roll. Armor is the protection that you get. So whatever your opponent rolls to hit, you then subtract that number from their hit number. And that's the damage they do.
Okay.
Willpower is their determination. So like if they want to resist spells or move into a burning building, they normally have to do a will roll, again rolling a d20 and adding that number to it. And health, that's how many, well, effectively hit points you've got. If that goes to 0, your character is
Dead.
Well, the creatures, the bad guys in this are dead. The heroes, they would wait till the end of the scenario to determine their fate. Essentially, they're knocked out.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But you then determine at the end of the mission, was that an actual killing blow, or were they wounded? Are they maimed? Or are they okay? They just, partially hurt, as it were. Okay. So these 10 build points you can use to increase your stats, buy heroic abilities and hone skills, and even use it to recruit extra companions if you wish.
Yep.
So when it comes to, you may now spend up to 3 of your build, don't have to spend all 3 of your build points to increase your ranger's stats. For each build point you spend, you may increase 1 stat, except armor. You can't increase your armor. But you may only increase each stat once at this time. So you could increase your fight to 3, your shoot to 2, your will to 5, and such forth.
Yep.
Or your health or whatever. So you got 3 up to 3. You don't have to spend all 3 because you can use other points for other things. You get things like heroic abilities and skills as well. But these are probably most important. So I'm going to spend all 3. Now you wanted to shoot, or you was talking about a slice and dice or a shooting type character. Which one are you going to emphasize?
The slice and dice.
Okay, well, if you're going to go, I will therefore then go shooting.
Okay.
But remember, you can only increase them by 1 each anyway.
Yeah.
Right, so I put a point into my shoot, a point into my will, and a point into my health.
Okay.
So I'm now going to bring up yours, Nina, character sheet. What did you do? You did a point in fight, a point in will. You only spent 2.
Yeah.
Keeping 1 back. Okay, all right, that's fair enough. The next thing we've got there on the sheet, it says heroic abilities and spells.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are, as they put in the rules here, these are what separate you from, or rangers from the normal soldiers.
Okay.
You may spend up to 5 build points purchasing heroic abilities and spells at a cost of 1 build point each. And each heroic ability may only be purchased once, but each spell may be purchased as many times as the player wishes.
Mhm.
Now, what that actually means, in each scenario we play, you can only use your spells and heroic abilities once per scenario.
Mhm.
Okay, so if you wanted to take the heal spell, for example,
Yep.
you wanted to cast it twice in a scenario, you'd have to take it twice, and that would be 2 of your build points.
Mm.
With me?
Yep.
Okay, so a maximum of 5 points can be spent here.
Yep.
You've got the rule book there, haven't you? So if you turn
Yeah.
over the next page, you've got those a list of heroic abilities.
Yes.
So let's go through what these mean rules-wise and games-wise. Right. So the first one, blend into the shadows.
Yep.
So this may be used if an evil figure is about to make a move that would take it into combat with the ranger. Instead, determine the evil figure's action as though the ranger were not on the table. So in other words, you, as it says, you're effectively hiding.
Mhm.
Okay, and then because the evil monsters, they work by a random, well, semi-random determine where they actually go. They move towards the nearest ranger if there's one in sight and such forth. But if you're blending into shadows, they can't see you. They will go a different way. Okay, dash. All right, you may receive a +2 move. So you are moving effectively faster on one of your moves. Deadly shots. Okay, the ranger may use this ability if he has rolled a natural 18 or 19 during shooting action. You take it as a critical hit instead. Normally, a critical could only be done on a 20, a natural 20. But if you take the deadly shot, you're doing on an 18 or 19 or a 20 once during the scenario.
Yep.
Deadly strike is the same for the fighting, the slice and dicing, as you put it.
Yes.
Distraction. The ranger may use his ability whenever an evil creature is called upon to move towards the target point. Okay, most scenarios have what's called a target point. This, again, aids where the monsters and the bad guys go towards. Okay, if you take the distractions heroic ability, you're able to stop the creature moving towards that target point. The target point could be whatever the scenario determines. Could be a wounded character, it could be a particular building, it could be a treasure. Okay, using distraction, you can stop it going towards that. Dive for cover, that's if you get shot at. You can use that to add to your ability roll for that test. Evade means you can pull out of combat. Focus, when you make a skill roll, you can use that to, as the name says, make a better roll, add 8 to the roll. Frenzied attack, you get +5 to your fight roll for 1 roll. Halt undead, all undead creatures within 10 hexes and line of sight of you must make a will roll. If they fail, they lose their next activation. Hand of Fate, the ranger may re-roll 1 dice. Inner Strength, the ranger may add 5 to a will roll. Parry, the ability may be used in a combat after ranger and his opponent making their fight rolls. Powerful Blow, you have +3 damage. Roll with a punch, so less damage. Shove, you can push a creature. And steady aim is useful if you're shooting. So those are the heroic lists.
Yeah.
And then after that, you've got the spells. Okay, now remembering now, a heroic ability can be used whenever it says you can use it. It doesn't class as an action.
Hmm.
You're thinking back to someone like Mansions of Madness, where you get 2 actions in a turn, don't you? In this, you get 2 actions as well.
Okay.
But using a hero ability is not an action, where using a spell is.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
There are useful ones there. Burning Light, make a +3 attack against all undead within 8 inches. So that's like attacking multiple creatures at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Burning Mark. Okay, it causes damage if creatures move within 2 inches of a place you leave marked on a wall or something like that. You can make your weapon magical. You can heal. You can hold a creature so you can stop it moving. You can do a magic bolt, which actually make a +5 magic shooting attack against one figure within line of sight. This attack ignores penalties for cover and intervening. So you don't have to worry about cover or anything.
Uh-huh.
So, Shield of Light is good for protection. And smoke. Okay, that means you create a smoke screen.
Yep.
Strong Heart. You make others have more willpower.
Yep.
Translate, you can read magical runes.
Okay.
From all those, you can take up to 5 points worth at this point.
And that's including the heroic abilities
Yeah,
as
you
well.
take 5 points between spell lists and heroic abilities. Okay. So, for example, I'm going to choose, if you say, no, it says heroic abilities and spells, I click add.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to take, as I'm going to be the shooty person, I'm going to take deadly shot.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And notice it says the word use at the bottom. And what does the word modify mean? Done. Okay. All right. So that's one of my 5.
Yeah.
Ooh, what else should I take? Steady aim sounds good, considering I'm your. Okay. So steady aim. Okay. So that's 2 used. Then I'm going to take spell-wise, I'm going to take heal.
Yeah.
I'm going to mark that as a spell. That's 3. Ooh, what else do I fancy? I think I'm going to take focus. Adds 8 to a skill roll.
Mm-hmm.
One more I could take. I'm going to take Burning Light, another spell.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's my 5.
Okay.
So what do you fancy?
I've taken Deadly Strike, Die for Cover, Roll with a Punch.
So I'm just bringing your character up now. You've done Deadly, I can see Deadly Strike, Die for Cover. You added the other ones. Yeah, Roll with a Punch. Okay.
And I'm going to do Shield of Light.
It's a spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's 4 you've spent so far.
Yeah.
Any-
Do I have to use all 5?
No, it says it did say up to 5.
Oh.
And you can come back to this if you want. So at the
Okay.
out of my 10 points, I've spent 8 already. Out of your 10 points, you spent 6. Because you went.
No, I spent 4.
You spent 4 on skills, on heroic abilities.
Yeah.
You spent 2 on your stats, didn't you?
Yes.
That's total 6.
Yes. I'm going to just put this in my notes.
Right, so you've got 4 more points to spend. I've only got 2 more points. And that's on skills. or recruitment points. Right. So under skills, every ranger is a highly trained agent of the king. Okay.
Yep.
The full list of skills is found below. I'm not going to read through all those. The names are pretty, I'll go through the names, but the names are pretty straightforward. Okay, so we begin with 0 skills. For each build point a ranger spends, he may increase 8 different skills by 1 each.
Yep.
So if you spend 1 build point, you may improve 8 skills to +1.
Ooh.
Found a second build point, you could increase those same 8 skills to +2, or pick 8 new skills to +1, or any combination. Okay.
Yep.
A ranger may spend up to 5 build points on skills. So you've got 4 build points still available. I've got 2. So looking at the skill list, as you can see on the actual character sheet, you've got acrobatics, ancient law, armory, climb, leadership, navigation, perception, pick lock, read runes, stealth, strength, survival, swim, track, and traps. Is there any of those that you're not really sure what they will actually mean game-wise?
No, it's all good.
Okay. So I'm going to, so they're all at 0 at the present until you put a number in there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to spend my first build point. I can now add 8 points. So I'm going to make my traps 1, my track 1, my survival 1, stealth 1, pick lock 1, perception 1, so that's 6 so far, leadership 1, and climb 1. Everything else currently is at 0. All right. So that's my first build point. Have you? What have you added?
Armory at the moment. Yeah, at the moment.
Okay.
And navigation.
You don't want to get lost.
No.
Oh.
We can learn how to swim.
You can learn how to swim.
Yep. Perception and stealth.
So is that 8 points worth, is it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You've got 3 more still.
Okay. We can go.
And that equals 1 build point at the present moment.
Okay. 5, 6. Oh, where's strength? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. And we can do some climbing. 8.
So if you want to mark all the other ones that you haven't chosen as 0.
Okay.
Okay, which makes it easy to see. So what I'm doing is occasionally bringing up your character sheet so the viewers can actually see what you've actually taken there. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So that's 1 build point.
Yeah.
So that's now takes you to 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to spend another build point, You can add another 8 skills. So you can take any of those zeros to a 1, or you can take those 1s to a 2.
Well, all of the 1s to the 2s.
No, you've got 8 points again. So 1 build point equals 8 skill points.
Yeah.
And you can take any of the ones that you've got 1 already, make that a 2.
Yeah.
You can take the ones that you've got 0 and make them a 1, or any combination of that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I am going to spend my last build point. That takes me to my full 10 on skills again.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to now add 1 point into ancient law. For 1, make my perception 2. That's 2. Make my stealth 2. 3. Make my survival 2. That's 4. Make my track 2. That's 5. Make my traps 2. That's 6. Make my leadership 2. That's 7. And make my navigation 1. That's my 8 points. So build point wise, I'm all in. I'm done.
Okay.
Right, well, you still got 3 left.
Yeah.
So are you going to spend another build point on skills?
Yes. I can. All done.
Okay. So that's your 8 points. You've got 2 points left. Now you could do that again, or do you want to see what else you can get for your build points?
I'll see what else I can get.
Okay. So the other point thing, you can get more recruitment points. Notice your recruitment point level is 50.
Yes.
All right. That's interesting. It says all rangers start with 100 base recruitment points. Well, later on the rules, it says you start with 120. All right. So going back on that recruitment points, that should be at 40 points. There's 2 of us in the game, not 50. Okay. However, all rangers start with 100 base recruitment points that can be used to select allies and the companions. A player can spend up to 3 build points to increase his base recruitments. Each build point spent increases his base recruitment points by 10. Okay. Note that this is likely only worth doing if you're intending to usually play either solo or with only 1 other player. So for every build point, so you've still got 2 build points remaining. Add 10 to your recruitment. So it's currently at 40. You could take yours up to 60 if you spent both build points.
Okay.
So it makes you slightly weaker, but you have a few more companions.
And the companions are a good thing.
Well, you can treat them as a meat shield if you want.
Oh, no, because I make myself strong. I'll go back down to 40. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go back down to 40. I'll spend my other 2 in my health.
You can only spend you spent 2 in your base stats, so you can spend 1 more in there.
Yeah.
Give you 1 more point, so you can either spend it on a heroic abilities or add another 8 points into your skills.
I'll do another. But the skills won't make me stronger, though, will it?
No, it makes you better at things.
Ah, okay.
Every skill that you want to use requires you to roll a d20.
Okay.
The game system will have a target number we've got to beat. So say you've got to sneak down a passageway, and the target number is 12.
Yeah.
You roll a d20 and add whatever your skill is to that. And if you 12 or higher, you're successful.
Oh, okay. So I could add pick locks, or when you pick locks. And then I will up my navigation. And We're adding some tracking. Yeah?
Yeah, okay. Well, it's not allowing me to see your character now. Okay, well,
Oh.
no matter. Right, so once you've done all that,
Yeah.
you added another 8 points in there.
Yeah.
If you notice next to the side of each skill, there's like a little dice symbol, isn't there?
Yeah.
So click any one of your skills that you've got a point in, or 2 points in, or whatever. Right, so that rolls your dice.
Yeah.
If I look on the actual taskbar, it shows me Nina rolls armory, skill
Yeah.
7. So it shows the dice roll you made was a 5, and then it shows that your skill roll you added 2 on.
Yeah.
It shows on the actual roll 20 screen is 5 plus 2.
Yeah.
That's how you do your skill rolls. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So go back on character. So that's you spent your 10 points. I spent my 10 points. So the next thing we've got to do is actually equip our guys.
Okay.
Actually give them some kit. Now, if you notice on the character sheet, it's got 6 slots. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So it says the ranger has 6 item slots. Essentially, this means he may carry up to 6 items. There's been an errata that you automatically get equipped with a dagger, which doesn't use up an item slot.
Oh, okay. So just puts in your pocket.
So I would put that in the notes. Just put.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, the type of things you can have and in place 28. Okay, so you've got. Well, I'm going to have a bow.
Okay.
Okay, that goes without saying because that's what I am. That's what I do. And if I have a bow, guess what? I've got to have a quiver as well. That's 2 of my items. I'm going to take light armor.
Can we take anything?
You can take any, yeah, but basically the king says you're doing me a job. You can take any 6 items.
From the, 6 items.
From that.
Okay.
Yeah. So light armor increases my armor by 1. So my armor's gone from 10 now to 11. Okay. I'm going to take some rope. I better take a sword, so I'm going to take a hand weapon, and I'm going to call it a sword.
Yeah, I'll take a sword too. I'll take a long sword.
A long sword. Okay. So what kind of armor are you going to wear? Light armor or heavy armor?
Light armor because I can't move very fast.
Yeah, it moves only 6, isn't it? So
yeah.
If you wear heavy armor, that'll take it down to 5.
So yeah.
Now, are you going to take a 2-handed weapon, or are you going to stay with just a sword?
Could I not have both?
You can, but a 2-handed weapon, and again, this is a slight errata from what's written in the book there, takes up 2 item slots.
It
does do +2 damage.
Yeah. I will take 2 hands. Could I still have my long sword?
Yes, Because what could happen is there might be something that knocks a weapon out of your hands.
Okay.
And then,
So,
right, okay, now I draw my longsword.
Okay, so I have my two-handed weapon. Yes. I don't know what kind of two-handed weapon, so I'll leave it as that.
So what two-handed weapon are you going to go for? Is it going to be a great sword or a battle axe or a halberd or something like that?
What's a halberd?
Halberd is one of those that got a spear body and then it's got an axe at the top.
Huh. I have one of those.
You have one of those. Okay, if you want to write down a two-handed weapon and put in halberd.
How are we spelling that?
Halberd.
Yeah.
You realise now if I misspelt that incorrectly, for the rest of eternity, I'll be known as Mr. Can't Spell.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I don't have to carry 6 items, do I?
Because there might be something you want to pick up along the way.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take some rope anyway, because you always need rope.
Rope is useful, isn't it? Yes, you can
Yes.
tie people up, you can climb things with rope, etc., can't you? So, yeah.
Does that mean my armor now goes up to 11?
Correct.
Fab.
Right. So that is essentially your character done. So what we're going to do now, we're going to pause and we're going to find a picture that suits our characters.
Okay.
Okay. So after a little bit of finding pictures and such forth, we now have our characters. There's Nina, or Ninla. Is it Ninla?
Ninla.
Ninla and Alric. Okay. Can I zoom those in? Zooming out. Let's zoom in. Okay. This currently shows that's their health bar and their names. And I can move my character around. Can you move yours, Ninla?
Yes.
There we go. So if I wanted to move 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if I wanted to measure my shooting range, I think I can do that as well. From there to there. You can see an arrow comes out. Okay. Now what we're going to do is create our companions. So with companions, we've got 40 points to spend each. And we can have a maximum at this point of 3 companions. Okay. And looking at the companion lists, okay, you've got an arcanist who's good at, you can cast the magics and such forth. He costs 15 recruitment points. An archer costs 20. A barbarian, 35. Conjurer, 20. A guardsman, 20. A doggy,
Yes.
5. A knight, 35. A man-at-arms, 20. A raptor, which in this case is meant to be a bird.
I was going to say, I want one of those.
You want a bird?
Yeah.
Okay. They cost 10.
Yes.
All right. Just carrying on, you've got recruits, rogues, savage, and swordsman. And finally, a Templar and a tracker. So when it comes to creating these, they get their own little sheet. Let me go onto the sheet. I'll add character. Okay, we'll call this companion 1. Actually, we'll call it, until we get a proper name for it. So we'll call it Ninla's companion 1. How's that sound? We'll do time. Ninla companion 1. Okay. Okay, all players. So we both want to be able to access it. Can be controlled by everybody. Okay. Save changes. Right. Character sheet. And now I change that to companion. That changes a few of the boxes. Okay, can you see that?
Yes, I found it.
Right. Okay. So won't worry about name at the present moment.
Okay.
And then the companion type you want is a raptor.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go, raptor. And that costs you 5 points.
10 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, 10 points. Where did I get 5? Wishful thinking. Okay. Progression points currently will be 0 because they'll be like you coming straight out there. Right. He's got a move of a 9. 0. Shoot 0. Armor 14. Hard to hit a bird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Health though is 1. Hit it, it's dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Will of 3. Okay. So it says under its notes, it's an animal, can't carry treasure or items, limited skill rolls, but it's got perception at +4. Okay, so we'll make perception 4 on there. Now, when it means limited skill rolls, obviously there's some skills it can't do. You know, it can't do ancient lore or armory or climb or leadership or anything along that sort of line. Okay. What else can it? Animal companions cannot carry items, nor can they normally carry treasure, interact with other types of token, or carry out special scenario actions such as lighting a fire. Okay. But you say perception, and you've got sort of access to its eyesight and such forth. Now, whenever you get a companion, you can add, the first time a companion is selected, the ranger player may also assign +3 to any skill.
Oh.
Be a skill the companion already possesses, in which case is bonus +3, or any other skill from the skill list. Now, again, we're still limited that it's as an animal. I mean, you can't have an animal pick a lock.
No.
But can you think of something else an animal could do on that, or especially a bird from that list?
Wouldn't it be able to track animals, other stuff?
Track.
Yeah, track, surely.
Well, what does the skill track entail?
Oh.
Let's go back on the actual tracking.
Oh.
I'm not paying out of hand, no, but you know, can it go down and start moving leaves around to work out track? The ability to read the signs of the land, gain information about those that precede them, such as direction of travel, distant ahead. No.
No?
No, I wouldn't say. How's it going to know? I say so you could do survival. Those
okay.
Foods and herbs, hunting. You couldn't do the cooking, but you know,
it can like collect the stuff.
You can tell you where there's a deer.
Yeah.
Couldn't it?
Yeah.
Let's increase its survival by 3. There you go. Any one skill by 3. Or you could take its perception up to 7 if you wish.
Oh no, it can have survival.
Okay. Or you could make it stealthy, that it actually flies silently.
Oh, that's a thing.
Moving silently to avoid detection and skill in choosing and maintaining hiding places. It could be a good bird for hiding and sneaky.
Ah, so I could do survival 2 and stealth 1.
Oh, now that's a good question. That I don't know the answer to. Let's find out what the rules say. Okay, the first time a companion is selected, the ranger player may also assign it +3 to any skill or skills. Stealth or survival. Ooh.
We can have a stealthy bird.
Having a stealthy bird. Okay. So that's your first companion.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you going to call your bird?
Oh. Champ. Champ the bird.
Champ the bird.
Yep.
Okay.
That literally is called Champ the bird.
Literally, Champ the bird.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Out there. Okay, so that's your first companion.
Yes.
Let's do your next one.
Oh, okay.
All right. Ninla companion 2.
What are the point of the companions anyway?
Well, they're when we're going into the dangerous lands, we control them to help us fight. So if you've got a soldier, he can use to guard you or go and pursue a villain or something like that.
Oh, okay.
They're just extra characters, but they're not as good as us, as it were. Yeah.
Yep.
And again, we'll create little tokens for these as well. All right, so going character sheet again, it's a companion. So you've spent 10 of your 40 so far. You've got 30 points to spend.
Yeah.
Right. So going through that, so is there any that jumps out that, you know, if you look what they each do, like an archer is useful, obviously, in shooting people. A barbarian, well, you can't afford a barbarian now because you've got the bird. Conjurer.
Mm-hmm. I was looking at the conjurer or the hey, where's it gone? Or the rogue.
Or the
one of those two. Yeah.
So rogue's got quite a lot of skills there, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas a conjurer gets 2 spells. And if you spend an extra 10 points, it gets, so in other words, all 30 of your recruitment points, you get a 3rd spell. So sorcerer, not very good at anything. Sorry, conjurer, not very good at anything else other than casting 2 spells.
Yeah.
Rogue, he could fight and do other things. Plus, he's got quite a few skills there.
Yeah. So I'm going to go for rogue.
Okay, so type in for the companion type rogue.
Where am I typing? Oh, in the name.
Under the companion type.
Oh. Oh, yes, with you. Yep.
Okay, the RP cost is 20.
20. Yep.
Action currently is 0.
Yep.
And your fight is 7. Sorry, your move is 7, so he moves faster than you.
Yep.
Fight +1.
Yep.
Shoot +1.
Yep.
Armor 10.
Yes.
Will 1 +1.
Yes.
And health.
Health 10. Yes.
Okay, so, and then skills, you've got climate +2.
Yep.
Perception +2.
Yep.
Pick lock at +5.
Yes. We like pick lock. Yes.
Traps at +5.
Yep.
And stealth at +5.
Yes.
Okay. And then you've got any one of those or any other skill you can add now 3 points to.
Okay.
So you could take, for example, the pick lock to 8, or you could make your leadership 3, or his leadership 3, or stealth 3, or something like. You haven't done, stealth is already at 5. You haven't done the 5 on that yet.
I have done the first.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
So it had the flash, it had the typey thing in it.
Okay.
I can move my leadership up.
No, you can't move your leadership up. Not until you gain experience.
I was going to say, I don't think I have any. I didn't realise leadership was a thing.
Well, it only adds. I took a few points in leadership. I'll boss you around. That's not a problem.
Okay, that's fine. Well, rogues should know how to survive.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then under items,
I put dagger and throwing knife.
dagger and throwing knife.
And pick lock. Oh no, that's a skill. Yeah.
That leaves you 10 points.
Yeah.
With 10 points, the only thing you can really get is either a warhound or a recruit.
Yeah. Can I not save it?
No, there's one thing you can't do. You don't have to spend it, but then you're going in with less points. You can't do it from adventure to adventure, as it were.
Well, we already have an animal. We can't keep feeding animals.
Thing is, you know, these guys do get, you know, it's a progression points. As they come with us on the journeys, they get better as well.
Oh, okay. So we could do that, whatever person you said.
A recruit?
Yeah, I can't find him. I know
he's above rogue.
Yes, he is.
Ninla, comp 3. His character sheet. He's a companion. Right, if you want to put him down there as a recruit. It says under here, recruits are the newest members of the Rangers. They are generally young, unskilled, and sometimes as much trouble as they are worth. Sometimes, however, they are all that is available.
Yes. Okie dokie.
All right, so his RP cost is 10.
Yep.
0 progression.
Yes. Can you pause a moment?
Okay, so we had a little break there where, and if any Americans are watching this, most probably won't understand that, where we had a Blue Peter moment where these are the ones we prepared earlier, but it actually wasn't. It was prepared while we were off camera to speed things along in the actual video. So we each came up with 3 companions. So if we look at Ninla's one, she's got Champ the Bird, okay, which is a raven. That costs her 10 recruitment points. She's got Azar, who's a rogue, who cost, remember, let's have a look. Look at the characters here. So Azar costs 20 recruitment points. That's 20, so it's 30 total. Okay. And the final one is Nick, who is a recruit, which costs 10 recruitment points. So that's your 40. Okay. The actual artwork we've used, again, was rather quick in determining. I'll probably try and change, especially Champ the Bird, because he's looking a bit big and blocky there, Rebecca.
Yes, it's fine.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Okay. So myself, Elric, has got Haymond, who's a soldier. And the pictures are so similar, you know, he's going to be his brother, his younger brother, Haemon the soldier. Baltar, who is a recruit as well, and got a hound who I've called Dog. Okay, so again, looking at one of these characters, Haemon as a companion, there's his character sheet. So he's swordsman, recruitment cost 25. He's got a fight of 4, shoot of 0, will of 2, decent armor and health. As all of these companions got 3 points, they can put into skills. I'll put it into his strength. Okay. The dog skill went into tracking, and the Baltar skill I put into ancient law. Nick, what did you do with Nick? You remember?
1 moment. I put it into climbing.
Into climbing?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And climb. And Azar, the rogue?
In survival.
Yeah. Because he rogue's got quite a few skills. He's got climb of 2, perception 2, picklock of 5, stealth of 5, and traps of 5. So that's our 2 teams ready to go.
Yeah.
Which will be in the next video. We will actually do mission 1 on scenario 1, which is called the Deserted Village. So I'll go through all the prep of that. I will tweak both the dogs and champs counters. I think everything else is fine. Rules wise, we'll go through the rules as we're playing. Is that okay, Rebecca?
That's fine by me.
Okay. Starting with the basic rules of how things move and phases and such forth, and we'll start that in the next video. So, any questions at this point?
No.
You sure?
Not yet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, all thank you for watching. Until next time, when we carry on the Rangers of Shadowdeep. Bye from me.
Oh, bye. Yes, bye.
Bye. Yes, bye.
Yes.